Looks like things are about to hot up. News currently about all those various clubs that are doing things that will help to hopefully initiate the final bids. And here we land and here we go for players like Marc Guéhi and obviously for Isak. So we hear that obviously Newcastle have now signed Walter Mayday, his name is. Now I've seen this striker, I've seen him on the 23 World Cup Euros, and he's a bloody good striker. I think he was German captain, scores a lot of goals, 6.6 feet, great feet, really great feet, got good pace, great finisher. So look, if Newcastle, which obviously they have, I've heard it's a 78 million bid with 4 million add-ons, if that is what they're going to do, at the end of the day, fantastic. That almost guarantees that Isak is out of the door, because you're not going to sign this player who was looked for from Bayern Munich and going to bench him. So it looks like that's going to happen. Now, if they're going to get a second striker, obviously that means another bid for potentially Wissa, which would be very interesting. But they're going to have to pay some money, because at the moment, with the fact that they've paid all this money, Brentford are going to want some cash. Obviously then we hear that Crystal Palace have made a bid, or a purchase a player for France to go in there, who hopefully they release Guéhi. JD Canvo is the player, so looks like that is releasing Guéhi. A bit misleading though, because Crystal Palace manager has come out and spoken about the fact that Guéhi is so much needed. You know, he can't replace that consistency. Don't blame him, totally understand. But I think this saga's been on for quite a bit. They've had opportunity to get this sorted and get sort of their plans ready for the fact that Guéhi's going. Clearly the board has signed off on it, and they've spoken about Paris has spoken about the fact that, look, we've got to get Guéhi's got to go because we need the money, and they don't want him to go on a free. So, you know, he's gonna have to do something with this player and get him into the team, and hopefully Crystal Palace form continues. They just qualified for Europe, got through the playoffs, so, you know, well done, and that's testament to Guéhi and his professionalism. With Isak, obviously now, this leaves a way free for Isak to come to Liverpool. We're going to look at, I'm sure it's going to be about 130 mil. I think that'd be halfway house for both clubs to be happy with, whether it's going to be add-ons initiated or whether it's going to be straight fee. It's got to come to the end. You know, players got to move on. Newcastle got to move on. They've got a player now who, you know, under 23 player, German captain, great finisher. Do something with him. You know, I think that this guy would do pretty well. And if you just watch some of the videos on TikToks or YouTubes on him, you see he's a pretty good player. Isak to Liverpool, it's nearly close. Guéhi to Liverpool, nearly close. Hopefully here we go, here we land. Let's watch this space. More content later when we talk about the game coming up against Arsenal. Oh, that's going to be a game. That's going to be a real game. Obviously Arsenal got some injuries. Don't want to talk much about that. Going to talk more later, but just have a look at this. Nothing better to do content than just enjoying the environment. Sun, sea, sand. 6 points and hopefully 3 points on Sunday. Talk to you later.